Filters set up, ready to roll. Yeah, a little tired this morning. So I'm just checking out my handiwork so far. Yeah, looks good so far. That looks good. Anyway, happy Thursday. Yes, Thursday. Pretty identical. Coffee. Coffee. Feel a little better now. A little swig inside me. Yo. What's going on, Ken? How are you? How you feeling? I think I might do a little change out here. Oh hey ho. What's going on, Ray? Good morning, beautiful space noise. Good morning, beautiful Joe. Good, feeling okay. Slow and steady wins the race. Slow and steady wins the race. Slow and something. Raymond Pettibon, morning. Hey, Nick, good morning. Fun conversation last night, Nick. What happened to the washer dryer? What happened to it? Like, are they still here, or why aren't they doing something? Saw a compound fracture yesterday. Was this on you or someone else? Definitely want that one. Dude crashed his motorcycle and his foot was You okay? I sense injuries. I sense you're right. What's going on, E? Been enough bicycle accidents in my life. I just can't imagine crashing on a motorcycle. Yeah. Not spoken, so I dialed 911 for emergency. Yeah. Wow. Did you stay to help triage or otherwise? Good news. It's Thursday. The week is almost over. Yeah, that is good news. Let's get through this next couple days. Actually, should be fine. Three more days till the casts off. Casts come off. Hold it a second. E, question. How long have you had those casts on? It doesn't seem like it's been very long. No, don't get me wrong. If everything is good, great. It's not the most fun thing. Yeah. I dumped a motorcycle. I rode a motorcycle once, literally just up and down the street that I grew up on. My next door neighbor, great guy. He had a motorcycle. He's like, yeah, you give it a try. I literally went, I don't know, 15, 20 feet, dumped the thing. And it's like, yeah. And I was used to cycling at that point. It wasn't like it's just, but this is a different beast. No, thank you. No. When underneath me is something that is so heavy that it's massive, its mass and the speed that it can accomplish is just that great. Yeah, no, thank you. I'll go down, like I've gone downhill at speeds on both a mountain bike as well as a road bike. But that's a different beast. Nothing much you could do. No arterial bleeding, so he was okay. So you're like, yeah, you all set? You can get you? Yeah, I'm out of here. Bye. I'm done with you. Only for another one to be put on, they said. Oh, so. I'm joking, by the way, Ken. I know that. I'm sure that there was, you did what you could, and there's no reason to stay any longer than that. Yeah. Hey, Nick, I'm sanding. So it took me on his freeway. Then he hit a V, felt like a baseball bat. Yeah, pass. Yep. Nope. Morning, brother. How are you, Anthony? I'm well. How are you, my friend? How's things? That's all I was doing last night. That's all you were doing last night? Just talking crap all night about us old guys? Basically. I did feel odd leaving when someone was hurt, but he was stable at that point. It was just another rubbernecker. Yeah. Nick. I hit a bird once on the highway. I was probably doing the speed limit. Yeah. Well, speed limit is still pretty fucking fast. Get these two out. Hey, Jonah. Welcome. How are you? Yep. Just sanding with the old man. That's right. Sanding with the old man. It was funny. So last night we were on Mike's live stream, Gundamonium Works. I guess we had one of the guys yesterday or today has a birthday, and he's, I think, what, turning 57 or something like that. Oh, 55, 55, 57. Anyway, there were two guys on last night. One guy was turning 55, 57. The other guy in another couple weeks or month or whatever was going to be turning the other one, whatever the other one was. It's like, we're all old guys here. And then there's Nick. Good morning. Good morning to you as well, Jonah. Happy to have you here. Mythbusters did a study on bugs hitting motorcycle drivers. Anything above 50 plus and above the size of a finger will hurt like a bitch. I'm sure, dude. Of course it will. Yeah, have anything thrown at you at like 50 plus miles an hour. How's it going to feel? Like ass. It's only one word to describe it. Ow. So I did get some stuff done last night, which I'm happy about. I will say one of the things I like about having Mike's live stream on a Wednesday is it kind of forces me to come down to the bench. And it did last night in particular. Not always, but it forced me to come down last night, right? I'm LOL, get in there. Jonah, you could be my son. And by a long mile. Like, you could be my son and older than my current kid, my current kids, my two kids, my current. Oh, Lord. Almost hit a suicidal moose on a moped, avoided it only to be falling in a ditch. Oh, that's great. Literally out of the frying pan into the fire. But feel that open air. Yeah, no pass. Concrete hurts at 50 miles an hour, so also not just bugs. Yeah, anything that comes at you at 50, probably going to hurt. Something this small or something the size of a sidewalk? Yeah. Yeah. Here from Venom Moose, he'll drive under it. So I did I'll work on it tomorrow night, but I got her armbands masked. Sorry, brain fart. All masked, ready to go. I'll work on that tomorrow night. And I'm not going to airbrush it. I'm going to just hand brush it. But this just allows me to be maybe a little less accurate and still not get paint on places I don't want it to go. So I worked on that. I did get that's sort of the rifle all done with the hand. I just put the hand in place. And I do like that look. And literally, it's going to be holding the gun just like that. Kind of like up like that. That's how I envision it. Alligator is nice, though. Don't be a squid. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I would agree with you on that. One of the things I'm kind of fascinated by over the last few years, I've noticed that people are maybe not the hardcore road weenies, but I'm seeing a lot fewer pedestrian, the typical pedestrian rider, bicycle rider, like not wearing a helmet. And by the way, I'm gonna just go out on a limb and say this, and I hope it doesn't offend anybody. But if you have a helmet and you're riding a bicycle, okay, and the helmet is strapped to your handlebars, it ain't going to do shit to protect your head. Your handlebars will survive an accident. Your head will get crushed like a melon. I got to tell you, the stupidest thing, literally watching a lot of kids and, people who should know better, just riding with their handlebars, the helmet strapped to their handlebars. Stupid. Absolutely stupid. About the bugs, can confirm as an avid biker. Well, was yeah, helmetless riding against traffic always makes me laugh. Yeah. It makes me sound like the old man like I am. It's like, honestly, kids, what the fuck are you doing? Really? Stupid. How do I look like a Power Ranger than be getting skin grafts? Yeah, exactly. Yep. Anyway. I mean, I guess I don't fully understand. It's like, look, we take enough risks as it is, right? You know, if you're a cyclist, riding through like, back roads, doesn't sound like it's scary, but you got cars coming at you, not been hit with enough cars over the years. That shit happens. Or you hit something. The last serious accident I hit something in the road. Both wheels went. Well, I shouldn't say that. My front wheel went underneath me, and that was the end of that. And I like I still have all the skin modeling in a bunch of different places. I'm not going to show all of them, just the one on the arm. That's what the point of a fucking overpriced helmet if you ain't gonna wear it. That's exactly it. Yeah, it must be nice for parents, right? You go out and buy your kid the bike, you buy the helmet, you buy all the cool little accessories, you do all that, and then they don't wear the helmet. And frankly, it's like I've always had that with my kids. Whenever they went out riding, it's like you're putting on your helmet. I don't want it. And I don't care. We're not riding. End of conversation. I imagine call it full suit for one of my bikes, but now I'm fat and nothing fits. Ray, that might be the incentive to possibly lose weight. I'm just saying, just suggesting. Or take it into a tailor, have it taken out a little bit. For any parents out there, teach the little ones to ride with the direction of traffic. Yeah. Yeah. So many things. I think it's just, I don't know. I'm going to take the guess here and say that, it's bicycling. How bad can it be? How dangerous can it be? I don't know. Anybody who's been around long enough, I'm going to say one word. I'm not sure most people will know it, but let's see. Anybody know Casertelli? Ken might. Let's see. George, I can buy new clothes. I need to get my bike running first. Okay, fine. Be that way, Ray. All right. Stage 15 of 1990. Exactly. That was when I first started watching was it the first year? That may have been the first year I started watching the TDF. 20-year-old bike. It's an '03. We'll get to it, right? You got time? I just wanted to remind everyone 2003 was that long ago. I think it was 95. I think it was 95, which would make it around the 30-year mark right now. Yeah. I could be wrong, but I thought it was 95. So I'm doing math here in my head. 93, 94, 95. It could have been 96 because I was working at International at the time when it happened. It could have been 96. Damn it, right? Exactly. Anyway. So if it can happen to a pro cyclist, it can happen to anybody. And he's only one. There's been enough fatalities of, professional road cyclists. But that was also before they had the mandatory requirement of wearing a helmet in professional cycling. It was on Armstrong's team. Yep, that was Motorola. Yep, remember that very well, vividly. Before his cancer diagnosis. Anyway, it is getting to that time. It's almost Tour de France time. By the by, very excited. I get so excited this time of year. Might actually try to catch the Giro too. I've never watched an entire Giro. I've watched an entire Vuelta, but never an entire Giro. Kind of been keeping an eye on how the races have been going, the stages have been going for some other races too. Looks like it's going to be packing up to be a really fascinating season. That was back when he still had both nuts, literally. Now he's just a nutless whack job. Who wasn't he on like some idiotic game show of like, like landing on Mars type of thing? Ugh, how the idiots have fallen. That was the impetus for helmets in the tour. Yes, it was. Yeah, that's when they finally said, yeah, it's time to it's mandatory. I think the next year was like, it was mandatory. Yep. I've only watched the Dakar this year. I have no idea what the Dakar is. Anyway, it'll be fascinating. I'm looking forward to the tour to see how everybody does. To see if Toddy once again, God, you know, to see how good he does. I'm also looking forward to seeing how our favorite Eritrean, Binyam Girmay, does this year. I haven't really been focusing on a lot of the individual races, just a little bit, but like I said, getting excited for it. Anyway, fun stuff. He is kind of a kook now. Oh yeah, he's a total. What do you mean? Yeah, he's a total kook. He destroyed lives. He deserves what he gets. He fully deserves what he gets. He's from Africa to France, starting point and end point, no actual course. Oh, really? He is so strong. Oh, yeah. The guy's an insane classic and stage race winner, rare breed. Yeah. Dude, I just checked out the stats. He's won two two classic races this year, maybe more, but I think I saw at least two. Whew. Pretty exciting. Pretty exciting. Anyway, I'm sorry. This is like the one thing I do like to geek out on. I love geeking out on cycling. Not too hard a core aside, but yeah, I do love it. And I will say it. I've said it many times. Just like I always say, Star Trek over Star Wars any day of the week, and the greatest sporting event on the planet, greatest by, and nothing comes close. The Tour de France. Y'all can say whatever else you want. And I will just have to say, in my own inimitable way, you're goddamn wrong. Even Stephen King. Any Stephen King fans? Movie coming out for The Long Walk. Great story. No, I'm actually, the funny thing is, Ken, I'm not. I've never read a Stephen King book. And it sounds like you're saying you probably should. I probably should. It's about a race of swords. Oh, really? Does it involve walking? Shot in the dark. Okay. Wait, they're adapting it as a movie? Yeah, that is a surprise. I mean, that guy is so bankable from a Hollywood perspective. Okay. I think we've almost got this thing all sanded. Then we got one more to do. Yes, yeah, I'm excited for it. Stories scare the shit out of me, really. Yeah, one of these days I'll have to actually read one of his books. I've seen a few of the films. You know, obviously the classics. And of course, I've never read The Shining. Obviously seen The Shining quite a bit, being that it's a Kubrick thing. I may have to go and do some of that. Best Stephen King book, The Langoliers. Really? So we got one big fan there. Agreed. It's one of his first stories he wrote, so it's great. Really? First stories he wrote, like way back in the day? Dude, how long has he been writing? He's got to be been writing now for what? Writing now for what? 50 plus years? So trailer the other day I read when I was a teen. Okay, wow. So I guess it is that old. Okay, I might have to go back. Now I got to find something that isn't, nonfiction based. So maybe I'll have to find something like that. I got a few things in the to read cart. Okay. By the way, Peter, good morning. How are you? Hey, Mason. Good morning, my friend. How are you? Happy Thursday to you. Hope you're doing well. Hope the fam's doing well. Sorry, guys. There we go. Good morning, guys. Good morning, dear friend Peter. His first novel was in 1970. No kidding. Saw The Shining. When in theaters, one thing is for certain: people bringing kids to movies that weren't for kids is still the same. Yep, absolutely. Yeah, not a supernatural monster story. All psychological. See, I like that. The Long Walk was written when he was in college. No kidding. Wow. And it's that good, huh? I hate people like him. I'm gonna just go on. I'm just gonna say it. You know, F you, Stephen King. Unbelievable. How can you be that good at such a young age and then continue to get better? Damn it. My grandmother brought me to see The Shining when I was 10. Oh, that's nice. So, Peter, what was your reaction? And more importantly, what was her reaction? So, my in a similar vein, just as we're talking about parents or adults bringing kids to inappropriate movies, we saw uh, my uncle. He did not know what he was walking into. My uncle took us, myself, my cousin, and my sister. So we were 79, 12, 11 to see Blake Edwards 10. I think my uncle walked out more shocked than we were. Oh yeah, can you take us to go see this movie? It's rated R. Sure. How bad can it be? I think I remember looking over at him at one point, and I think he had this. It was kind of hard to tell, but I think he had this incredibly shocked look on his face. The stuff. Good old days. Damn, now that is a heck of a start. Yeah, my mother brought me to see Hot Dog when I was 7. She thought it was just a skiing comedy. Yeah. That's awesome. Hey, Edwin, good evening. Do you think these these kind of people like King started the genre and just got better, so we liked it from the start. Did they start the genre? I don't know. I don't know enough about his role in I guess is it considered a horror genre? You know? Did he create his own sort of like subversion of that? You know? I mean, I guess I don't know enough about that genre to say, yeah, Lovecraft started. Okay. See, that's what I would have thought. She was so embarrassed she didn't know if she could get up and leave or if that would be worse. Lovecraft started, yeah, things were pretty loose back then. I also saw Jaws about age 6. We were vacationing down the Cape and went to the beach the next day. Yeah. Did you go into the water, Peter? My sister, well, after we saw Jaws as kids, she was like, yeah, I'm not going to the beach ever. No, that's changed since then quite significantly, but yeah, she was like, yeah, it's not happening. Fuck no. That's wild, Peter. Oh yeah, dude, those were fun times. That was like, when did that come out? 74? Yeah, we saw it in the drive-in theater back home. Lovecraft is racism a lot different than Carrie. Well, we can certainly argue what happened with it, whether it's racist or not. But the point is, I mean, Lovecraft certainly is one of the first to do horror. And again, I don't know the genre well enough, but one could say the same thing about guys like Harry Turtledove. He may not be the guy who started the whole concept of alternate fiction. I'm sorry, alternative history, excuse me. But he certainly did a lot to bring it forward. Yeah, Lovecraft as a person, it's awful, but he did start cosmic horror. Is that what it's called as a genre? Cosmic horror? Yeah. I don't know much about him as a person. Never, like I said, horror's never been my thing. It's like I'm not, if I had a choice to see different types of movies, that would not be the place to start. Or even reading stuff, just generally not the place. Which is probably why I've never read King. King stated that he built everything from Lovecraft's work and Skinny. His work takes place in the Cthulhu. Skinnier, all his work takes place in the Cthulhu mythos. Really? Did not know that. Was Lovecraft who started the whole concept of Cthulhu? Senior articles also, yes, that's his character. I was big into horror as a kid, still enjoy it. Yeah, I know, we've talked a little bit about it. Probably could further that conversation. I think, Peter, you were kind of instrumental in having me, well, you and Ken were kind of instrumental in having me watch Suspiria recently, the original Suspiria. Weird, Mason. I was there. It was one in college years time. My cousin kept pestering me to bring my niece to a movie. Brought her to The Thing at age 6. Are we talking about the one from 1982? Oh, yeah, dude. Are we talking about the original? Not the original. The second one, the John Carpenter version? Love that film. Love that film. Wow. Have you and your cousin and niece ever spoken again since then? Wow. Great film, but oof. Is she still in therapy? Hey, Mike, good morning. Mike, hope everything is going well. Hope you're having a fantastic day. Mike, thank you for sharing. Hey, by the way, guys, in particular, Ray, I guess Hog Heaven is closing in July. Alicia read Who Goes There, the story the thing was based on. Yeah, the thing 86 is the best. The Thing 82, I believe. Yes, not 86, 82. Yeah, I love it. I also love the original. Different vibe, but the original one was really good too. I got to rewatch both of them one of these days. I should read some of that original stuff that it's based on at some point. She's so afraid of dogs. Oh yeah, who the fuck, dude? Let's just say the family dinners tend to be rather awkward. Nice. To be rather awkward. My younger daughter has senior skip day today, so I don't have to rush to get upstairs. I'll probably wrap up around 10 of today. I'm sorry, around 7 o'clock on the nose, rather than 10 minutes early. She was screaming at dogs in fear for 4 years. Wow. Wow. And does she cast a dirty look at your way? I can see why. Oh, God, yeah. God, yeah. Okay. Get the stink eye to this day. Okay. All right. So Apocalypse Now at 8. Last scene traumatized me. Which scene are we talking about? I'm assuming you're talking about the one with the Kurtz scene at the very end, and what was going on at the same time. Yeah, it was kind of a traumatizing thing. So I wonder. I mean, granted, back then you went to the movie theater to see this shit, right? Um, back then you went to the movie theater. Today you just can watch the stuff at home. I wonder if parents actually monitor. I mean, just do people monitor this stuff anymore? Like what their kids are actually watching? I mean, some of this stuff can be just as traumatizing. Now my family let me watch Aliens, and Alien 3 in one day. I learned about movie magic the next day. Nice. Then heard adults talking about the fact that the cow bull, whatever it was real. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Every time I watch that scene, I feel the same way. It's like, this is really happening. Oh yeah. Different times. My niece still loves me. My cousin, let's say her eyes are permanently stinky towards me. Wow. And that was like, dude, that's over 40 years ago. She's still stinky towards you? Wow, that's kind of wild. Yeah, that's a lot for one day. Yeah, it's a lot. And talk about ending on a down note. Alien 3? Ugh. Blech. I just watched that about 4 months ago with my older daughter. Actually, I think she stopped halfway. So yeah, I'm not into this. Such a terrible film. Such a terrible film. Yeah. Trying to think what the best way to get. Yeah, I'm just gonna keep hitting it. Hitting it with sandpaper. guess there was still no animals were harmed in those credits. No, I think that might predate some of that. And I wouldn't be surprised if that were one of the movies that kind of sparked that thing. I remember in college seeing a horror film, like I can't remember, like an Italian horror film that was listed as banned in like 32 countries, right? And I think the reason was because they killed a turtle, I believe this is why. They killed a turtle that was pretty like on an endangered species list or something like that. I also convinced my dad to take me to Alien at 9. It was a big setup. Step up from Get Smart and Hogan's Heroes reruns on TV. Oh, God, yeah. You think? Well, that was when movies were definitely, because you're talking about Peter. I mean, Peter and I have talked about this. Late 60s through the late 70s was probably the most, in my opinion, the best time for Hollywood. It also became the time that transitioned Hollywood into probably the worst time we're going through in Hollywood. The 60s movie, last on the left, what still has a glorious scene in movie history actually being using pig guts when they have the tree and gutting hair. Gross. Really? Interesting. Peter went nuts over Brooks. His crows, a maggot, and Shawshank Redemption. Really? PETA, of course. Well, it kind of makes sense. They probably should. Sticking to their mission, you know. Okay. We're almost done with this one, too. Thumbnail test is failing, so let's continue to read that. Old Italian cannibal movies has some really gross animal cruelty stuff. Yeah. Yeah, I gotta tell you, it's like, and I'm just not into that. You know, shock for the sake of shock just doesn't, it's not what I'm interested in. You know, if you're trying to hang your hat on, and this is why I guess I just generally don't gravitate towards horror films. If your goal is to try to scare people as much as possible, and that is like we're scarier than such and such. Well, I'm not interested. I'll just don't care. We're the scariest film of all time. We've been banned. Okay, whatever. Scene in Hetero where the kitten is in the slime meows. Oh yeah, I know that was. I feel bad about that too. Yeah, bad. Different times though, right? Thank God I'm hoping we become a little bit more elevated in our view towards animal cruelty. Hoping. I'm pretty sure from a Hollywood perspective, the answer to that is yes. Anyway, I might have fully sealed this area up. Still got a bit of a lip there. I cried at that scene, Mason. Did you? Oh, always bums me out. Yeah. Hopefully the poor kitten lived. Hopefully. Okay. Laying down a little more thin cement here. Brother, funnily enough, got a tattoo of that kitten scene. Really? Why? It's kind of an odd thing. But I guess everybody's got their thing. There we go. All right. Let's move on. Put away the tools and get back to gluing some pads together. Where cats grow thumbs and take over Elon's Mars colony. What's he? I know a new one is out. It's coming out soon. As father of 32 cats, that scene felt like an eternity to get through. It hurts to see. Yeah. That's also the 3 robots. I've not had the opportunity to watch that. I think it might be on the hit list at some point. I think it's in my, like so many things, it's in my my list of things to watch. All right, so I got those pieces. Now the question is, do I clamp? No. No, we're gonna do this the George way. You break shit and then glue it all together in the end. Yeah, we're gonna do it my way. I did it my way. I'm still on the first. There are what, 7? I'm still on number 2. Still working because they actually you're working on sections. Like I'm putting together the hands, the forearm, and the upper arm. That's all part 2. Part 1 is like the head and the weapon. She didn't have a whole lot of parts. The entire arm, not including the actual shoulder part. So the entire arm and hand, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 parts. Think about what you see in an actual modern Zaku. Crazy. I love it. Got to run. Have a good one. Peter, you too, brother. Hopefully we'll see you tomorrow night on the live, on the Zoom meeting, I should say. Zoom. Yes. Okay. 28 and 29. Take care, Peter. Later, Peter. Fun conversations this morning. Wouldn't you agree, my friends? Would you not agree? All over the map. Anybody got anything special planned for the day? I mean, it is Thursday, so maybe not. Anybody do anything special today? All right, got some cleanup done there. Let's get these 2 parts glued together. Love it. I just love the simplicity. The new Doom game came out, so I know what will kill my modeling productivity tonight. Nice. That Pokemon kit, 14 parts sold. Yeah. Super detailed. How's the scribing going on it, Nick? 7 p.m. I got this live stream to bitch on. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Tonight will be fun. 7 p.m. Barring any changes, yes, I will be on tonight at 7 p.m. 7 p.m. Eastern time. Bitch. Looking. The newly announced Gundam Zilius. Got my hopes high. Only for it to only be P Bandai. What is this Gundam Zilius? Is this a GQX type of thing? Come on. Rough. Yeah, it's going to be quite a bit of cleanup here. Cool. Can do. A new manga series. And they're releasing a model based on that. P Bandai only. That's kind of wild. I don't think Bandai is going to be releasing much in terms of new stuff. I think it's just all going to be P Bandai from here on out. Moving to an online model, you have to buy everything from Bandai directly. That's what I see. Sounds quite good. Spiky, though. Spiky, does it have high heels? I hope not. I was going to say high heels. High heels on a robot, I just don't understand. That's, except for maybe some of the 5-star story stuff, but like, yeah, not a fan. I'm not gonna lie. Just mechanically, I just don't see that it's a good way of doing something. Online model, a pun? Could be. Could be. Looks like a love child of Age, IBO, and Double O. Oh, all my favorites. Pass. 5 feet is not well. They brought into Bluefin to help with that. Yeah. Well, it's just a little bit of a surprise to see how much stuff is being released through P Bandai. And not just that, just the amount of stuff that used to be like, if you wanted to get at a master grade of certain things, it's like, why is this now? Or what was it? The Dovenwolf, HG Dovenwolf was released as a P Bandai. It's like, well, why are you reprinting that as a P Bandai? This is going to require a little bit of fixing. That's okay. I can fix. Flat feet. I like flat feet. I just started last night, so one line scribe. Lots of seam lines and fill happening first. Really? Does that hold it? This is a new kit. Really, there's that much that many visible seam lines? It's kind of crazy. Money. That's why. Yeah, I get it. Yeah. Capitalism at its finest. Okay. All right. And with that, my friends, I think we are going to call it. Let's see if this thing will actually clamp. May not clamp. I'm not going to clamp there because that will cause the part to actually spread. I don't think it's going to work. That's fine. You know what? I'm not going to bother. I could tape it, but I don't really want to tape it. There we go. There we go. All right, that's done. We'll do some cleanup on that tomorrow. It was a reprint, right? Yeah, it was a reprint. That's what I'm getting at. It's look, I get like the Dendrobium. It's just such a unique model. How many of those things can you really make? So keeping the production kind of limited is fine. But boy, You're just seeing a lot more of that happening. It's just not a good business model. I'm really digging the legs of the Zilius. I'll have to take a look at that. Thank you, E. I'll check that out. I mean, like, I like money, but only because my smile can't buy anything. Nice. And the crackhead is already on the corner. Sweet. Talk to Ken. He might give you some tips on how you can maybe make some additional money on the corner. Stay safe and stay sane, everybody. Thanks for being on this morning. I really do appreciate it. Good conversations this morning, just all over the map. I love it. Take care, Mason. You too, brother. Anyway, guys, go do good out there. Crazy days. These are absolutely the most insane days I've experienced. And I ain't young. So do good. Brighten the world as much as you possibly can. Don't make it miserable for somebody. Make it a good day for somebody. I'll be back on tomorrow morning, but before then, I'll be on tonight, 7 p.m. Eastern time, to do my moral outrage thing, and we'll go from there. All right, guys? But in the meantime, do good, stay safe and sane, brighten, all that good stuff, and I'll catch you on the flip. Peace.